What's up guys, it's Silver2K. Today's video is going to be a little bit different on Forza Horizon 6. It is going to be about drift zones, and as you guys may know, if you've been following me since Forza Horizon 4 or Forza Horizon 5, I was pretty heavy on the drift zone stuff. I was very good at it, got countless world records on it, but unfortunately towards the end of that game there was a lot of cheating and exploiting, and then that carried on to Forza Horizon 5, and then that is also carried on to this game, in which there's probably the most amount of cheats and exploits on this game regarding drift zones than any other Forza. With that being said, I don't know what the Forza Horizon 6 bans have been looking like, so in that case I will be using the words allegedly a lot, and also this is not me that we are watching right now. This is totally somebody else that is anonymous. So yeah, unfortunately drift zones are completely butchered in this game, and that is why I have not been making any content on it. I've kind of just switched towards rear-wheel drive, wheel, and tandem stuff and just been focusing on that. So this video is going to be me showing you guys why I'm not doing drift zones in this game, and it's also going to be showing you everything that's wrong with drift zones, and it might show you a little bit on why your friends are beating you, because maybe they know something. Maybe they know something about this video that you are just now learning. So I'm going to go ahead and get into the first topic of this video, and that is called looping. It's going to be short and sweet. This is something that has been around since Forza Horizon 3 actually, but it was pretty prominent in late Horizon 4, and it's on this game. So this person that's driving is allegedly going to show you how this looping thing works. So it looks like this person is driving around here, and then he's cutting back up to the road that he just came from, and continues on drifting without losing points. Anyways, that was looping. I'm sure 90% of you guys already knew that existed because it's been around for so long, and there was a viral clip on this game that was on like Reddit or Instagram or something. But anyways, that video took off and kind of exposed that. So this next thing is going to be just driving way off the road. I don't know why Forza Horizon 6 decided to make drift zones this way, but anyways, on this zone, look here. I'm still getting points, and I'm not failing the drift zone. Like, how ridiculous is that? And then I could do the same on this side, even though this isn't me driving. Alright, yes, I know the first two things that I just showed are something that are pretty common knowledge. These next few things that I'm going to show you are something that a very select few know about, and unfortunately it's just the way that this game is. Alright, so this person driving right now is going to allegedly show you guys what transition spamming is. Alright. So right about here, after this corner, I will commence the transition spamming. So right here, I'll just keep doing this. So you can just do this over and over and over again. What's the point of trying to connect all these corners? If I could just do this and get a large amount of points. $179,000, and that was with kind of messing up a few times. Alright, now this person is going to show you how a normal person would take this drift zone without the transition spam. Alright, so I did that the almost exact way as I would normally take it. There were maybe a couple things I would have done differently, but the points were the exact same. So what's the point of trying so hard on like extending your lines and taking a drift zone normally when you could just transition over and over and over and over and over again to get the exact same amount of points. And it's where people combine the going way off the track and doing this transition spam to where their points are just like way, way, way above what a normal world record would be. Like, it's so unfortunate that that's a thing in this game. I believe they did it to kind of cater towards newer players who maybe aren't using like a car that's suitable for drifting and to still rack up a big sum of points. But it's just, it could have been done so much differently, because somebody that discovers like a transition spam like that, who's like a good player, they could use it to like the fullest potential and just be a very, very good cheater essentially. So maybe you'll look at the leaderboard and see somebody that has more points than you, and like their run isn't recorded. Like, how would you know that that person did the drift zone legit? And that's where I got introduced to this Discord server called Forza Leaderboards. So Forza Leaderboards is a leaderboard Discord server for not only Forza Horizon 6, but Forza Horizon 5, Forza Horizon 4, Forza Horizon 1 to 3, in which people will post their drift zone world records or just their personal bests and like compete against each other. And it's great for like showing the legitimacy. Like, it takes the legitimacy away from the people that aren't providing clips or any evidence, and it's giving it to these people because these people actually deserve it. They try, they play legit, especially Fuji. He's been around for a long time and he only plays legit, no rewinds or anything. And it's actually a leaderboard server not only for drift zones, but there's PR stunts, there's rivals, there's other things. So I'm sure if you guys have done drift zones in this game, you know this drift zone right here, which is that big spiral that kind of descends. And you'll know that like the most amount of points that you can get with normal FPS, I don't know if you guys are running 60 or higher, but is like 195 to 196,000. However, if you're on 30 FPS, you could score between 198 and even 200,000 points just by being on 30 FPS, which is crazy, but I'll show you evidence right now. But this next thing I'm going to show you is even crazier. So on newer PCs, I believe it's part of NVIDIA's DLSS 3 frame generation. So frame gen is a way for AI to create frames for you. So if I ran 30 FPS and I had 4x frame gen on, it would be 30 times 4. So what is that, 120 FPS? So my game would be running at 120 frames per second. However, on drift zones, for whatever reason, the game will act like it is divided by 4. So for example, if I ran 100 frames per second and ran 4 times frame gen, my game would be running at 400 FPS, but Forza, for whatever reason, divides it by 4, so it would score the same as if I was running on 25 frames per second. So just think about that for a second. 100 frames per second. If I took that all the way down to like 30 frames per second and then Forza divides 30 by 4, what kind of score would you possibly get? If you wanted to try it out, by all means, please record it and send it to me. But I don't have a new enough PC to do this kind of stuff. But it's absolutely ridiculous. Luckily, my buddy Dom has a 5060 Ti, which allows 4x frame gen. So he's been running at 70 frames per second, in which he will use 4x frame gen. And I'll compare a side-by-side comparison for you guys and show you the scoring difference. It's ridiculous. And then he could even go way lower.
So if you're in the festival
So as you guys can see, regular 70 FPS scored 195,000, 4x frame gen scored 203.5, and he didn't even finish the zone because he didn't want to beat his personal best with this. So there's still a good chunk of road right there, so it's probably like 206,000 at least. And that's 70 FPS with 4x frame gen. You could take that way down to like 30 FPS and just have it be completely ridiculous and score like 210, 215, maybe even 220,000. But if you guys wanted to try that out yourself, by all means. I mean, drift zones are already pretty butchered in this game with all the cheating or exploits. You know, like there's some people that maybe do one or two of these things that I showed in the video. There might be a few people that do all of these together. Like think about that for a second. There's people out there that are doing every single one of these things in one run, and imagine what their points are. So it's like, what are you gonna do? But anyways, guys, today's video has been on why I'm not gonna touch drift zones anymore until, you know, all of these are fixed. But anyways, I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, we'll talk to you all later.